The last passive time-integrated radon measurement device is the Electret ion chamber, and it measures the presence of radon by measuring the ions that are created by the decay of radon and the decay products within the ion chamber. The business end is the Electret, which is a charged piece of plastic, and when the alpha, beta, and gamma particles ionize the air, it collects the negative ions, and that reduces the positive voltage on the surface of the Electret. The voltage on the Electret is read with a surface potential voltmeter that measures the voltage on the surface without touching it. Should someone touch the surface of the Electret, the voltage is all gone and the measurement is ruined. So great care has to be taken to protect that. Now, when there's a filter so that the radon, the air that enters the chamber goes through a filter, so we're only measuring radon gas in the air and not radon decay products. When we want this to stop reading, we don't have to keep the radon away from it. It's not measuring radon gas, it's measuring radon ionized air. So we need to keep the air away from it so that there's not enough air close to that Electret to ionize. So when the plunger is depressed on it, it hovers just a short distance above the Electret, and there's not enough air there to be ionized to create discharge of the Electret. While it's closed, it's still trying to stay in equilibrium with the room that it's in. But when it is opened, now it can begin reading. There are two types of Electrets that can be put in the device. One is a short-term test, typically used 2 to 7 days, and the other is a long-term Electret, which would be for 91 days through a year-long measurement. Now, when those radon decays, they all ionize, cause some ionization in the air. Now, in the room outside the chamber, we have alpha, beta, and gamma radiation going on. The alpha and beta can't get through the shell, but the gamma can and does. So we need to know what background gamma is in the area where we're doing the measurements. The manufacturer provides you with a list of background gamma radiation for several locations in each state. If you wanted to exceed that, the purchase of a micro Roentgen meter, you could measure the background gamma radiation in the location where you're doing the measurement. There are 3 components to the system. There are the shell and the Electret is one. Then there is the reader, the voltmeter that we read the Electrets out before and after. And then, because you are now the laboratory with this device, you are actually analyzing the Electret itself to make those interpretations to how much radon is there. We have reference Electrets. These are long-term Electrets that are fixed and verified each year and read by the voltmeter. And we have a calibration chart. We have a control chart for the voltmeter where the reference Electrets are read and the findings recorded. Now, these tend to have 2 volts per picocurie per liter per day of loss. Now, they are sensitive to temperature and humidity, and the reader, the voltmeter, is quite sensitive to temperature, and so the device needs to be at the same temperature when it is read out before and after a measurement. Some variation in temperature can take place during the measurement, but it's critical that they're measured before and after at the same temperature. Again, the typical integration period is 2 days to a year, depending upon what conformation you have the Electrets in. They are affected by external gamma, and they also because they're affected by external gamma, if they're used at higher elevations, that can affect the background gamma reading. We can continue to use the Electret until the voltage falls below 200 volts. If it is at 200 volts, it can be deployed. Below 200 volts, it cannot be deployed. Once the Electret drops below that, then the Electret needs to be replaced. This device has a feature to it that all the devices have, but it's difficult to calculate that. This device has an upper limit of detection. Sometime you'll come back and all the voltage is gone on it. So your report might read, there's greater than 110 picocuries per liter there. You'd have no idea how much more than 110, but you will be quite confident that there is more than 110 volts present.